All right. Good evening and welcome, Zelda 1 Randomizer race fans, to the 2025 Random Force Tournament. We are in the 6th Swiss week. We have only 6 in our Swiss weeks. As a matter of fact, that means that we're going to have a bracket reveal on this upcoming Sunday. But in the 6th week, there's a lot going on and there's a lot at stake to get into those brackets. So here is one of those races that really, really matters. We have on the left side of our screen, BlessedBe. On the right-hand side of the screen is PDXRex. These two are running together, and both are 2 and 3, and the winner of this is going to get a guaranteed spot in our brackets. So this is a very, very important race for today. To intro this up here, my name is Neo Nonane. I am one half of the collaborative commentary duo of Tetra Nonane, and my other half is Tetra. Tetra, good evening. How are you?
Good evening. I am doing lovely. A little bit past my bedtime, but that's okay because we have a really great race for you that is going to be starting right about. Okay, I didn't time it quite right, but you get the idea. It'll
Yeah.
be really soon.
We have already released the runners from the in the race room, so there's like a minute and a half, give or take, sync. I actually think it's less than that, but here we are doing our thing. There's a little bit of noisy noise. That's okay. We'll adjust some audio levels as we go throughout the match too. So bear with us for the first little bit of that if that happens. And oh my goodness, almost a perfectly synchronized start, right to the east of the vanilla start screen.
Really cool. You can time that if you wanted to. But I have an important announcement. I never learned how to read.
Oh, well, that is going to be a problem. I hope nobody else has that problem whatsoever in Hyrule, and we don't hear anything about that. Which is, as we're taking a look over here. Oh, and actually, let's talk a little bit about some of our rule set, as Rex finds two, and BlessedBe finds a candle. We do not have free candles in this one. They don't show up at the Take Any. They don't show up on the Wood Sword screen. What we are going to go ahead and see instead is a need to purchase a candle at the shop, and I believe we just saw it, for 77 rupees in a world where our large secret is only 50 rupees. This might be cheap.
Well, I mean, it definitely varies from seed to seed, but what will not vary? I just noticed Rex went into zombie mode in level 2. Little thing about the Zelda game is that if you and a book pickup. Well, that was a pretty good dig for at least I think that was the book.
Yeah, it looks like it. Yeah.
It looks like Rex has been playing with some sprites. I saw a kind of weird bubble sprite in this room. Did you know about this, Neo?
Yeah, so Rex has been playing around with sprite editing, and you can see the outcomes of that. Oh my God, he's got a Triforce too out of 2 already. Oh, wow, what a dig without a sword. So yeah, Rex has been playing around with sprite editing. Some things like the Triforce and the bubbles, they were just whatever he felt like at the time. But some other things like well. That looks like it's a waving to us, that Wizrobe, right? Some of those are some edits as well as the book and a few other things. We may even get to see his take on the best boomerang in the game. He has a very different opinion than I do.
That's okay. People are definitely entitled to their opinions, even if they're wrong.
Well, gosh, I hope you're not referencing mine as the wrong one there, Tetra.
Maybe I'll just leave it as vague which one I'm referencing. How about that, to be impartial?
All right, well, guess what we just found over in 9? Another interesting part of our flags.
Yeah, exactly. We have a 7 Triforce seed. And actually, if I may be pedantic, it's actually incorrect to say 7 Triforces because in the Legend of Zelda lore, the single Triforce of Wisdom was divided into 8 pieces or units. So technically it's 7 pieces of the one Triforce, but I'm being pedantic here.
I support that being pedantic, incidentally, because you're 100% right. And incidentally, Tetra would know, right? Zelda 1 Speedrunner, Zelda 1 Randomizer, Zelda 2, all the goodies. Zelda 1 was all about the Triforce.
I played the game a couple of times.
A couple of times. You even have fancy moves named after you, I learned, over in the Z1 speedrunning community. But
And that's a fun fact.
That was a great fun fact. But yeah, 8 pieces of the Triforce of Wisdom. In Zelda 2, incidentally, that is the Triforce of Courage. And the one that you take off of Ganon's body is the Triforce of Power. Those are your 3 Triforces that we see throughout the lore.
Yeah, the more you know, and the more you know, the more wisdom you have. Meanwhile, Rex is going to be going through level 4 or board 4, I guess, according to his display, and picking up a lot of rupees in these what we call rupee bosses. Each one of those gives you 10.
Uh, we have now found, we found level 2 earlier, found 4. We're now in 8 for BlessedBe over at the top of the Forest Armos. Is Rex farming that room? Oh, okay, where he's good, he's moving on. The 3 levels pretty early is always a good thing to see, right? It gives us a nice opportunity to see what we're going to dig early. Might make the seed go a little bit fast, especially if we find some fun things. But keeping in mind, we do have 7 Triforces to enter, which has been updated in the upper right-hand corner of your screen by our tracker, Niori Fox. Niori, thank you so much for joining us here today. Clicking the buttons and keeping Tetra and I honest with the information that we are rattling off.
Yeah, thank you very much. Wagging the tail in chat. I like it. Meanwhile, it looks like Rex is probably close to the end of the line in what he's going to be able to do in level 4 without a Triforce. Will he try to bomb that Aquamentus? No. But we may get a coast pickup sighting on BlessedBe's side. It looks like that's the any key.
Yeah, that is good to see the any key over there. So now we know where we're going to end up finding that one. There is actually another fun thing that we saw on Rex's screen that may have been hard to catch because of his custom sprites. It's just a box with an X through it on his side, but that would have been the raft over on the Grave Armos that Rex was picking up earlier.
Ah, okay. I was wondering what that was, but I didn't ask.
I've watched a few too many Rex games here.
I see. Looks like that Zol was thirsty.
And so that tells another story about our flags here, is that book. So before, everybody was telling us about their inability to read and their lack of knowledge about reading and all those goodies. Now we're actually seeing, we're about to see a real hint over here. Meet the Merchant by a Lake. That's a hint for the Master Sword. The Magical Sword, I'm sorry, not Master Sword. But the book lets us understand what these old men are saying, and it helps us by getting these types of hints.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Unfortunately, though, it doesn't increase the size of a quote-unquote large secret, which is only 50 rupees. But luckily, bombs are pretty cheap, so looks like inflation hasn't quite caught up with Hyrule in this seed. BlessedBe is going to be taking advantage of that to get some very cheap bombs.
Yeah, the cheap bombs are great. Now we have the cash for that blue candle over on Rex's side, so that's going to help us out a little bit. We see the blue ring in there. We're probably not going to be picking up that blue ring anytime soon with the cash that we have. I mean, our secrets are 4, 26, and 50. By the way, thank you, Chaos, for updating that in chat. But that's cheap enough at this point in time that we're going to be stressing for money a little bit on this seed.
Oh, but the question, Neo, this is an important one. Do we call this a poverty seed? Can we actually call it one yet? Because that's a controversial opinion.
I liked the phrase that came up the other day, which was just a lower middle class seed, because it is not quite that low yet. Because you get 3 big secrets in mixed first quest overworld, right? Which we were playing. Now, if this was second quest, that's a different story, right? You only get 1 big secret.
That's very true. Excellent point. Meanwhile, looks like both of our players are going to be doing some more overworld exploration. We have BlessedBe up in the Lost Hills, and Rex going pretty close to start.
Now, we're going to go ahead and we're going to see by having the that candle there. It's given our players a little bit of off. Ooh, this is tough for BlessedBe. Oh, that's a tough one.
Oh, yeah, that's an unfortunate death. Right about to see what's in vanilla level 5 there. We'll be taken all the way back to, one room away from start, but you get the idea.
With that candle in play, Rex may, since I know BlessedBe hasn't quite gotten it yet, but Rex may go through and be a little bit more aggressive in terms of the interactions without the wood sword, because, hey, we do have a form of offense that we have here. It may delay the pickup of the wood sword as we start looking under burn bushes we weren't looking at before. We take a few more risks that we didn't necessarily have before, that sort of thing. But we'll see.
Oh, Rex put in the death Armos screen.
Living up to its name, huh?
Mm-hmm. Yep. Well, looks like we're tied at one unfortunate death for each of the players.
An extra unfortunate is we have BlessedBe popping into 1Q1. I guess that's also 2Q1. But popping into Vanilla Level 1 and getting a chance to see Level 2. But instead of diving in, getting that free Triforce and that free book, we are out of there.
Yeah, hopefully that decision won't haunt him too much. And Rex running into another important question. Which way did we go, George? I'm not taking any roads for some reason. Did he already take them and I just missed it, or?
He has found a few instances of them, but I don't think he's really seen every single one at this stage of the game. Now BlessedBe has the information that they need.
Yep. Makes sense. Okay, we got a winner chicken dinner. Although doesn't feel like much of a winner with 4 rupees, but yeah, it's probably likely that people are pointing out in chat that they're just prioritizing picking up the wood sword and possibly the Armos item as well.
It's possible, but I mean, we saw that Rex already has the Armos item, and if he's doing this to prioritize wood sword, that's cool. I would personally, check the any roads because they might rule out some of the spots that you would not, that you could see a wood sword. Keeping in mind, everybody, that it can only be in open caves, nothing that's under a bomb or a candle or something like that. But B, it could put you in some of the harder to get spots. For instance, the up in Death Mountain. That's what I was looking for. My goodness, there's an open cave in East Death Mountain that's hard to get. And if like 1Q9 suddenly popped open as an any road, you get an easy check.
Yeah. Oh, it looks like we have some no's for the boomerang on Rex's side. Is that what you were alluding to before?
Yeah, it's the no meringue, and it's the blue version of it is a more aggressive no.
I see. Very cool. Meanwhile, it looks like Blessed is in level 4, checking out, taking the rupee boss, and it looks like he might be repeating that a couple of times to grind up on money, possibly to afford a candle of his own.
Yeah, that's really not a bad call for him to do that. I mean, it's 10 rupees, and sure, you cost, I don't know, what is that going to take? 4 seconds, 5 seconds, something like that every time that you get up an A in that room. But, the time adds up, but so does the cash. Especially when you know you are going to need that candle, and you know it's hurting you on money right now.
That's for sure. Time is money. But we have a wood sword pickup on Rex's side of the screen.
We sure do. Over at the open cave in the, just south of the desert. That is it's a good spot. Took a few circuitous routes to get there. But at the end of the day, we didn't have to go up to Death Mountain to go find it. And so as far as I'm concerned, that's kind of a win.
Yeah, that's for sure. Looks like BlessedBe's by start doing a little bit more exploration. But now I think Rex is going to go dive level 5, it looks like. Nice golden dungeon.
It is. It looks quite nice. I'd actually like to see how we see it on BlessedBe's side, because we have different, slightly different palette styles based on whether you're on console versus whether you're on an emulator, and each emulator looks a little bit different. Gives us some nice views.
Yeah. And also Rex. Oh, what's he doing? Continuing. Interesting. Might be grinding to get some bombs off of the Wizrobe here or something. I see. Killed the Wizrobe and is coming back for an item.
Yeah, here? It's nothing. Level 5. Silly transport.
Yeah, you get those from time to time.
We know where our... Ooh, we might be looking at a sneaky ladder block. I guess we'll see. We know where the Triforce is in 5. Oh, and the compass, which is not going to help us out in material amount.
Nope, and out of that pulse voice room, I can't say I blame Rex being on wood sword and green tunic or whatever color tunic that is.
He's just an orange Wizrobe, That's standard fare as of now. Though he does progress in colors as he picks up rings, which is good.
Interesting. Well, we'll see how far he gets Oh, can't afford that bomb upgrade, but good to know that's there. I think in this set, the upgrades are actually in 5 and 7, but let's see what's in here. Oh, looks like the other end of that transport staircase, possibly?
It must be, or we're looking at a segmented 5. That Dig Dogger, cause for concern, right? Now, technically, he was able to clip in there and get into that stairwell, but, you know, it's not in logic that he should be able to do that. So as far as the game is concerned, that means that whatever's on the other side of that staircase may very well be recorder blocked.
It's entirely possible at this point. You're right, dude. Just talking about the logic of the game. Now, what's interesting here is whether Rex will be able to clip into. Oh, yeah.
What
Should
is
we see that clip into? Yeah, very, very sneaky there to kill the rest of the gels. Otherwise, he would have been soft blocked and had to up A to get out of that room.
That's pretty pro. Rex told me today before this started, by the way, that he did his very first HUD clip today. So, I mean, getting the fancy moves already.
Fancy schmancy indeed. And taking those link ropes down with style to get, I believe that's the recorder?
I believe that's the white sword we just saw there.
Oh, it's the white sword. Oh, it looks a little recorder-ish with the sprite, but...
We got to go tell him afterwards that his sprites, oh man, I don't know about this. We need a cheat sheet.
What is that Triforce? Is it like a little itty-bitty Triforce thing? I can't even...
I have no idea.
Hold on, let me take my glasses off and squint.
It's like he removed everything in the middle and left just the corners in play.
Very
we might get a wrap check. Let's find out if we need it. And we're actually going to get a chance to see what's at 1Q5 now. Nothing.
Just a potion shop.
Oh, well.
Yeah, worth pointing out, we were talking about custom sprites before, that BlessedBe is also a custom sprite author of his own and did a Star Tropics themed sprite set, which he's not using tonight, but I've seen before and it's pretty cool.
It's legit. Looks good. All right, so fun facts as we're progressing here. We're looking around for some more levels and some more fun things. On this this seed set, or this flag set, sorry, we average one item being blocked by one level being blocked by an overworld blocking item. So that's something like a raft or a ladder or a recorder or power bracelet, something along those lines, preventing you from accessing a level. That's not a guarantee, obviously, that's just an average, but we may not even need to worry about it this time around because we only need 7 Triforces, unless we do have a blocked level, and that level contains something important, such as our bow or silvers.
That is an excellent fact, but don't ask me, I just work here.
I got one more fun fact for tonight, and then I'm out of facts. That's usually Rex's job in these conversations. Is if we take a look at the comparison of these two runners, so they have actually raced against each other, or been in the same race, 43 times since their very first race, which was on June 7th in 2023. Of those 47 times, BlessedBe has won 22 of them, and Rex has won 19 of them. So we're pretty close to even right there. And they have never, ever recorded a head-to-head race before tonight.
Wow, those are some excellent facts, Neo. I enjoy them equally.
Which is very, very important. You must enjoy all the facts equally.
Of course. I wouldn't have it any other way. And it looks like with that, BlessedBe has picked up his wooden sword, so evening up, and Rex just knows out of the white sword boomerang item, which is not surprising.
Yeah, it's unfortunate, but that's what we run into.
I'm staying out of this one, but speaking of not that, Rex is now going through the grave and will probably be... Oh no, Rex has already checked this item, or this screen. I want to say both of the runners have also checked the graveyard, but maybe haven't made it up to Vanilla 6 here.
Yeah, there's been a little poking around. One of them has made it in here. I want to say it was BlessedBe made a trip into 1Q. Oh no, they both have been into 4.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Oh, that's where level 4 was. I totally missed that. My bad.
Yeah, they both have been poking around there because they both saw 4, and 9 is up by the grave too, up in the open cave near the Grave Armos. All right, well, we got a little bit more combat. We're poking around on this 4 and see what we do. This is admittedly an early, let's call it an early boon for Rex. I wouldn't call it a lead whatsoever, because it's the randomizer. Everything that Rex has gone through, BlessedBe is going to get through too, and vice versa. But it is nice early on going ahead and getting the upgraded combat item, so you can really churn through the combat as you start engaging with it.
Speaking of which, I think we have a red candle pickup on Rex's side.
I believe we do. A red candle right there in 4, it looks like, on the floor.
Yeah, it was on one of the NSU rooms that I saw while you were talking, but I didn't want to interrupt. Oh, don't be silly. What is disruptive is Rex bombing these blue dark nuts to kill them.
Do you like the flashing shields? That was it's a nice little touch.
Yeah. Ooh, very red heart. This feels quite almost like red heart emoji, red heart. I love it.
We got a bit of a trip all the way up to the top of the D column there in board 4. So I guess it's time to start, going for a hike.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, looks like we were gonna play a little bit of two-door Monty here. But keys are pretty plentiful this seed so far, so hopefully the hike won't be too much of an issue.
Yeah, the key averages, they feel bad in this flag set. As someone who's running here in the tournament too, I will tell you they feel real bad. Like we never have enough keys. But statistically speaking, it's a normal distribution of keys, so I guess I can't really complain all that much. But yeah, right now today it's looking good. Not to mention that we can always swing on by the coast whenever we find a ladder, which may or may not be required to beat the seed. But we can always swing by the coast and just get that any key whenever we have that ability to step over the water.
Yeah, meanwhile, unfortunately, Rex locked himself in a pretty combat-intensive room, and not being able to bomb out up aid to go to the back to the start of the level. No, I don't think burning that wall is going to help. You're out of bombs, Rex. Oops.
Whoopsie.
But plenty of keys, no bombs.
Real cheap bombs, though. Like, you leave, you can go ahead and you have a great time with that.
Well, let's see if he spends one of these keys. Nope, being still stingy with keys even with 6 of them. Interesting.
I get it, though. You're so trained to not spend your resources unless you have to. Even doing things like dropping a bomb sometimes for combat can feel bad.
Yeah, that's true. But we'll try this door only to become... Is this a ladder block here? No, I think that cross in the door is actually a shutter, if I'm
It is.
reading
That's a
the
shutter
sprites
door on the
correctly.
right. Yeah.
Okay. Just checking. With sprite swapping, you never quite know what everything is.
We got a nice take any over on BlessedBe's side, too, incidentally, picking up a heart. I don't believe BlessedBe has seen the white sword item at this stage of the game, but when they do, they may very well be eligible to pick up the boomerang. I believe you said it was, right?
Yeah, which they may or may not do, given boomerang opinions. But I'm curious, Neon. At this point, we're still relatively early on, only about 20 minutes into the seed. But Rex already has a 2 Triforce lead and is honing in pretty quickly on the level 4 Triforce. What do you think about the status of the race?
If I take a look at it here, same thing. The things that Rex has gone through, BlessedBe is going to have to, and these things have been pretty quick for him. Though there's been a few areas where BlessedBe could have closed that gap and didn't. It isn't to say that it isn't anyone's game at this point in time still, especially if something messy happens and Rex takes a death in this room, which is looking more and more likely as the fighting of the Dark Nuts continues in a 4 BMOS room, which is messy. But it's anyone's game. I wouldn't put anyone in the catbird seat quite yet, right? Like I think that's maybe a little bit further down the road. But for the time being, Rex has got a little boon for him as compared to the win.
Yeah, definitely too early to call it. Meanwhile, BlessedBe found level 2, which I don't think we've seen yet. Ooh, nice candle boost on Rex's side, by the way.
Yeah, it was a good candle boost, and this level 2, this is where Rex found the book and where he got that free Triforce. BlessedBe found this at 1Q1 and noped out immediately without doing any digging. So, he's gonna get in here and maybe feel a little. Oh man, I lost. I could have gotten this early. Could have helped with hints. All that good stuff. I don't think we've seen any hints that were that good as of yet from Rex's side of the house, but either way, you're going to be concerned about it.
That's right. Yep, I do recall that now. Ooh, 68 rupee mugger over in level 2. We'll see what if there's anything good past it. But I think Rex was able to. No, Rex did pay the mugger, but had only 3 hearts at the time, so was able to effectively not have to pay the toll. So, but with the candle purchase already, it probably won't affect him too much too quickly.
All right, BlessedBe snagging the Triforce pickup in level 2, and that is it for BlessedBe, and out he goes. It is quite a choice, and I hope it doesn't come back to bite him in any way. That choice to pick up the 68 expenditure over on the mugger there versus the heart. I mean, sure, you lose a heart and you're on green tunic, and that's a little bit messy. But on the other hand, you already saw the white sword item. You chose not to pick it up. You know you don't have to be saving a heart specifically for that. There's plenty in dungeons to go and find. And the cash is, sure, you get your candle, but you might need to buy keys at some point because BlessedBe's down to only 1. And more compellingly, you might have to buy arrows if the silvers are not readily available and some gomas pop up.
That is very true. Meanwhile, in a sort of periwinkle level 7, Rex finds a heart container on the floor and got a quite obvious hint from the old man there, or old whatever enemy it is, about what you'll call it, the coast item, which you already knew. So, yeah, old news.
All right, we got I think that's BlessedBe's last large secret that we have out there on the table. So we'll see what he ends up doing with that. RX is done in 7, huh? Well, that's fair. You're out of bombs, Rex. I guess it's time to go take a trip on out and go find some more bombs.
Yeah, don't be stingy. They're only 9 rupees a pack.
Which
plus the donations are tax deductible this seed, so
that's
even better.
Incredibly important. Yeah, you got to make sure you pay your Hylian taxes there.
Yeah, absolutely.
Now
that does raise an interesting question. If you cheese your way out of doing a door repair, does that mean that you're tax evading?
I think it does, Tetra. Actually, that's exactly what I think that means. And I'm immediately concerned for anybody who ends up doing that. I actually think we've already seen one of those this seed, but I'm not here to report anybody. Ooh, we're buying hints!
Oh, Digdogger gazes with the white sword. Old news. We already found that in 5.
Old news for us, also, but new for BlessedBe. Oh, that one's not so good, though.
No, actually, I don't think it is new because... Or the book definitely isn't new.
Oh, yeah, that definitely is not. So Rex got to go find these 9 rupee bombs, and I mean bombs. Incidentally, they normally sit at, and Tetra, you might have to correct me if I'm wrong. They sit at 20 rupees a pop in the vanilla game, so this is a huge discount for them. But huge discount or not, it's nowhere near as good as the 1 rupee gems that are out there.
Oh yeah, we used to call them Brookie bombs in honor of randomizer runner Brookie, who used to love and get so excited about cheap bomb seeds.
Ooh, I like knowing that there's a name for that. And BlessedBe's gonna find that last hint right now. What do we got?
Iria grumbles with the heart container, so Rex won't be penalized too much for leaving level 7 early.
Yeah, well, all helpful information, right? Neither of our runners know that 7's the heart container, and BlessedBe had no idea about the white sword in 5, so that's good. For us on the commentary side, and for all y'all out there who are on the watching side of the house, in terms of net new information, but still helpful for the runners.
Still relatively early on in this seed. Still doing a lot of exploration and plenty of game to play.
That is true. So we're missing. I don't want to say large swaths of Hyrule, because we aren't really missing large swaths of it outside of the areas that are blocked by overworld blocking items, save for Death Mountain. We have Death Mountain is really anything for either of our runners so far today. So we're missing a few levels. Let's see what we can find.
Yeah, well, looks like, speaking of Death Mountain, BlessedBe is going to be doing a little bit of run through there. Almost full on bombs, so let's see what he finds there.
And Death Mountain is not necessarily a favorite for people going through this because it's bomb heavy. You gotta be really good at getting your forces, knowing when your globals are, or be incredibly lucky and find a bomb shop up on Death Mountain, just to make sure that you can cover all the different empty spots that are out there.
Yeah, and that's kind of a particular aspect of how the was it the Mixed Quest flags or Mixed Quest Overworld?
Yeah, Mixed
or
Quest.
Whatever.
Mixed Quest, First Quest Overworld, or Mixed First Quest, something like that. Can't quite get the names right.
Yeah, whatever. You know what flag I'm talking about.
By the way, Rex has now seen the heart on the floor in 7 and the heart in the stairwell, so he's well aware that that's the coast heart that's in 7. Sticking around just means it's time to go find the Triforce, and oh gosh, he's real close.
Yeah, so... Oh! And Rex finds it. We'll now take a 3-1 lead in the Triforce piece count.
Yeah, that Triforce in 5 wasn't bad to get. That 7 wasn't terrible. Those could both be kind of easy for BlessedBe to go and pick up, but I mean, as of right now, we definitely have. I think it's fair to go ahead and say that Rex is holding a bit of a lead at the current moment.
Yeah.
Ooh, bomb block bombs.
Yep, doing the X marks the spot to get into these coast caves. At least that's what I always say, because if you put the bomb right below the X for the bombs, that's where your cave is.
Which a great piece of advice. That really helped me when I first started getting in this game. Death Mountain, by the way, over on the left-hand side of Death Mountain, that would be, I believe, one screen south of 2Q9. We find ourselves in level 1.
Yeah, and a free heart on the floor. Very nice. Level 1 is one of the levels that has 2 dungeon items per seed. So that's really nice. This potential ladder block here is less nice for Blessed. Can he clip to... Oh no, just uses the candle. Very creative. Not quite as skillful as what Rex did before clipping into a river, but it gets the job done.
Now we're looking at, unless we're finding a bomb hole here in level 1, we're looking at potentially seeing ourselves in a ladder blocked 1. Ooh, I think we are.
Womp womp.
And I had this whole diatribe about, man, if 1 has extra items, if BlessedBe finds like the bow or silvers in 1, that's going to be huge. It's going to close the gap, but it's not really going to matter. That ladder is going to have to go be found now. Time for a hunt.
All right. Well, so much for that prepared speech.
I know. We haven't seen 3 yet. We have not seen 6 yet. And and then of the remaining ones that we have found, we can't get into 1. I think that kind of puts us back to 8. It's either find more dungeons or go dig 8, and it looks like Rex has come up with that choice too.
Yeah, and it's quite the magenta 8.
Well, that's an easy first item.
Oh, okay. So is that the recorder this time?
Yeah, it looks like that is the recorder this time around.
Okay, because that white sword I still think looks a little like a recorder.
Oh, it does. Super does, yeah. So, I think Rex was hoping for like a double bomb explosion of the Dodongos, and unfortunately didn't quite pan out. We got BlessedBe having some fun with blue gorillas on the overworld, incidentally, and those are always a gem and a little bit of a choke like this.
Gem isn't exactly the word that I would have chosen for it, but sure, we can go with that.
good news over on BlessedBe's side too. I had thought that he'd already seen all 3 secrets, but I have not been tracking over on my side of the house. And I should have asked our fantastic tracker, Neori Fox, where the actual state of affairs was, but I didn't. So here we are. But yeah, now we have seen all 3. BlessedBe's at probably the max money they're going to see for a little while. Rex finding the Triforce in 8, but not ready to take it yet. We got at least one more item in here.
Yeah, level 8's shaped like a scorpion is pointed out by chat, and Rex taking a death to a red link robe beam. Ouch.
I like them being called link robes. That it just feels right.
Yeah, well, I mean, Wizrobes are kind of evil in this game, so I like sort of, calling them what they are, which is a Wizrobe in Link's clothing, or Link's sprite, effectively.
Wizrobes, one of the worst enemies in this game. They're just the worst. And I don't know, right? And someone who's probably had a little bit more experience in the series, feel free to correct me, but it feels like every single game after this one that Wizrobes show up in, they're just materially easier to beat than they are in Zelda 1. And in Zelda 1, they're just awful, atrocious, garbage.
Yeah, I think it's just more that they're completely more OP than in Z1 than they have been in subsequent games. A fun fact about it is if you've ever played the early prototype that someone found of Zelda 1 while it was still in development, Wizrobes actually did half the damage. Red Wizrobe beams only did 2 hearts of damage, and blue Wizrobe beams only 1 heart. But those were increased in later builds of the game. So, how's that for a fun fact?
That's an incredible fun fact. I have never known that, and that... I mean, imagine what that was like in playtesting. People going in there and, man, they're not that hard to kill. It's fine. You don't need to be punished incredibly hard for just getting dinged with a red Wizrobe beam, but apparently you do, which I'm okay with.
Mm-hmm. Well, that's what makes, at least in my opinion, speedrunning the game kind of challenging, especially in the later levels, because you really do have to manage your health more carefully than you might in, Link to the Past or other Zelda games. Meanwhile, it looks like that's old news. At the grave is an entrance to death. We already found level 9, so nothing too special there.
And as a fun fact, well, actually, there's BlessedBe getting the red candle. While Rex goes and pokes around and does the adventuring, we have seen the recorder on the floor in 8. We have seen the heart in the stair in 8, which means that our remaining item is on the floor. And while we know where the Triforce is, we don't know where the item is. So Rex is potentially going to have to go through and clear every single room in this 8 to find what he's looking for.
Don't you hate when that happens? But it's like kind of with a floor item, you would say the 5-second rule applies, but generally if you're looking every single room in a level for a floor item, I don't think the 5-second rule applies to that.
I gotta tell you, 5-second rule with the recorder. How long has that recorder been sitting there? It's surrounded by all those monsters. I don't know if I'd want to put my mouth on that, but that's me. Playing a tune, no thanks. Alright, it's BlessedBe finding that double horizontal mode up there. Oh, thank you, by the way, for correcting me, chat. I'm clearly thinking about level 1 when I'm saying level 8 and looking at level 8. Yes, it's 2 stairs in level 8, not 1 on the floor. That is my brain completely misfunctioning, and I appreciate that.
Oh, something that Rex isn't appreciating, that Goma knocking him way back to start, which is unfortunate because of how far he was digging level 8, but maybe this death will be a blessing in disguise if it takes him closer to where the items or Triforce actually are. Or no, he already found 1 item, but the remaining item in 8. You know what I'm saying, right?
Exactly. And incidentally, BlessedBe is trying real hard to get around that ladder block with that double horizontal moat, but I think that they're going to end up coming to the same conclusion that Rex did and just get out of this 4 without the Triforce. Looks like we're gonna end up making that call shortly. Oh no, wait, we found a way around. Are we gonna make our way up to the Triforce? Maybe.
Yeah. I think, was this the level where Rex did get to the Triforce, but it was guarded by like 4 or 6 blue dark nuts.
Oh, I
and,
think you're right.
Yeah.
I think you're actually right on that one. Look at that. My memory, terrible. Yours, fantastic.
It's usually the other way around, but I'll take it in this case. Ooh, we got beep strats, but I think was that the Triforce on the floor? Yeah, the little itty bitty Triforce. So, Rex going past it. It's kind of curious decision on one heart but I guess he really wants to find the other item here.
So one thing I've said to Rex on a few occasions, and I really hope he's taken it to heart, whether it's the right decision or not, it's a different conversation entirely, mind you. But generally, like 50% of the time in these flags, these silvers or bow are in 6, 7, or 8, right? Not saying that they both are, but 50% of the time, one of them is in 6, 7, or 8. And if they're not in 6, 7, or 8, and they're in a different dungeon, 10% of the time, they are blocked by an item that you will find in 6, 7, or 8. So 60% of the time, it makes sense to dig somewhat in this area. So I always like to grab one of these big 3, and I hope maybe that's what his thought process is by continuing to go through this, that playing the odds is not a terrible idea. But with enough deaths, he may just go get that Triforce now.
Yeah, unfortunately, as you were explaining that, Rex found out the hard way that the Dig Doggers in this seed rolled up, and 2 bombs weren't enough to kill it, and took a nasty hit from it before he could get a 3rd bomb or stab. So that was another unfortunate death on Rex's side.
Yeah, that is a shame. Well, he's nothing if not persistent, right?
Yeah, I do admire the persistence. Whether or not that's a good strategy, I'll leave it up to the seed to decide whether to punish that or not. Okay, so here's bomb number 2. And, careful. Oh, is able to stab it this time and will be rewarded with a transport staircase. Womp womp. Oh.
Well, at least we're getting some keys replenished. Keys were getting a little light in that department, so... BlessedBe has had that rupee boss effectively just saved for some time. That's a good farming opportunity, but I'm not sure. Oh, BlessedBe, is he gonna try to go for a blue ring and farm it entirely off the rupee boss?
I was gonna say great minds farm alike. Bad pun intended.
Loved. It's wow. What did we find it at? Like what, 230, 235, something like that? I don't quite remember. But I mean it's a lot of runs.
It's usually expensive.
Yeah.
Ooh, getting some good bombs on the link robes on Rex's side, and doesn't push. That's unfortunate.
Spending our last bomb to go ahead and find out we can't go south. I think Rex, you might have to go take a trip into that transport stair and see what we got.
Yeah, transport staircases are really useful to get to parts of levels that you haven't been able to get to directly. It's almost like that's what the game intended them for.
Almost.
But not quite.
Well, he's got 3 keys. I mean, you might as well go check out that little nub down there at the bottom. How do we do? We got nothing. Okay. Yep. Well, Little Late's hiding its secrets. I think that means it's got to be in the northeast of what we're looking at here.
Yeah, the sort of, I guess it's the little tail of the scorpion or whatever animal we decided this ink blot was. Is it a scorpion? I don't know.
A scorpion? I saw a Rattata in chat too, for our Pokemon fans out in chat,
Rattata. Oh, the Pokemon, yeah. Which good clock. Hey. Oh, sorry, go ahead.
No, by all means, you're right. Good clock right there.
Yeah. Yeah, no, it's definitely useful against link robes over on Rex's side. Oh, but is going to run into a Chevy in the middle of the tail. Meanwhile, we have a blue ring purchase on Blessed's side. Yeah, that's what I refer to as the Beyonce rule. If you like it, then you should have put a ring on it.
All right, so we got our second item in 8 appears, unless we're gonna get something from this transport. So I guess I don't want to speak too soon.
Yeah. What do we got? What do we got? No,
We got nothing.
Doesn't. Yeah, that's not going to help. I think it's very possible the second item in 8 is ladder blocked.
So based on what we've seen and what we've not seen, that tells us. And there you go, picking up the Triforce in 8. I think that tells us at this stage of the game that I mean we have to find the other levels. I guess is really where we're at, right? And if we've seen Death Mountain, I think we've seen most of the overworld that's not blocked by anything. So now I wonder if we have one of those very unfair seeds where you have to go into a level, in this case 8, get the recorder, go find a level with the recorder to get the ladder, and then come back with the ladder to go ahead and get the item. Now, it may not be an important item, mind you, but I think it might be looking that way.
That's entirely possible.
Oh, no, Chad has asked, have we seen East DM? That's actually a good point. I think we're missing the few checks up there that are open. There's the bomb spot that's consistent, the potential 1Q9, and then the open cave up in East DM. So we do have at least 3 overworld checks that are still potential freebies.
So where do you think Rex will be checking next?
If I was him, I would take the fact that you got the recorder and, like, start doing recorder checks. Let's go head to... What's his closest? The desert, obviously, is, I guess, the closest. So let's go check out the desert and see what we get.
Yes, let's comb the desert.
That's as an enjoyable moment. Tim Russ was the actor in Spaceballs that was the one combing the desert, and or with the famous line that he had, of course. And his commentary afterwards, because he played Tuvok in Star Trek Voyager, is that he was disappointed that he's better known for that one line over in Spaceballs, a throwaway line, than he ever was as Tuvok.
Okay, well, I'm not going to quote the follow-up line because that involves a naughty word, but yes. Rex buying the hint and finding that Gria grumbles with the heart container that he already found. Dodongo dwells with the book that he's already found, and I think, what was the other one, the white sword?
Yeah, he's not going to be happy.
Yeah. Ooh, 3 for 3 on the old news for Rex. That's such a waste of precious rupees.
I want to be very clear. Yeah, Chad has figured out the line, and also, someone telling me that Tuvok was less memorable than Tuvix, that's heresy territory, but you know.
Are we going to go into the ethics of what Captain Janeway did with Tuvix on SpeedGaming?
I'm so glad that was referenced. Like, we don't have to do it here, but I think that's a fantastic conversation. That's fantastic combo.
Mm-hmm.
Well,
which we will completely ignore on and move. What are the runners doing?
Yeah, we got
running into ethical dilemmas of their own right now, right?
I mean, they got to kill a lot of monsters here, and I mean, to be fair, I don't know if these monsters did anything wrong. That's a whole different problem. But at this point, I mean, we're getting the Triforce. BlessedBe found that white sword in 5. We're done in 5. BlessedBe starting to pick up some of those Triforces, and man, there's a lot of Star Trek Voyager stuff in chat. And by the way, I'm here for it. That's my favorite Star Trek. The stuff that he's gonna have to do. 7 wasn't that bad, and he knows that it's only the heart container, so he won't dig for anything more than the Triforce most likely. But 8 was a little bit of a slog, especially to confirm that was all ladder block. So BlessedBe has that in front of them. We don't know if that's needed quite yet, but you know, right now it looks like that recorder is looking pretty favorable.
Yeah, that's true. And just one more Voyager fact is that at least in Pacific time, we were talking about Voyager right around 7 of 9.
Oh, I like what you did there.
Thank you. I'm glad you see what I did there. Ooh, Blessed looks like is getting slammed. Will he be slammed?
Oh, yeah.
Let's see. Interesting. Just not getting off the raft dock? I haven't seen anyone do this before.
Yeah, I think the hope was to clear as much as he could before the.
that makes sense. I've never seen anyone do that before, but it makes perfect sense now that you explain it. Interesting.
All right, we are in fact doing some of those recorder checks on Rex's side. I'm sorry, we were doing those recorder checks on Rex's side. Not.
Yep, but it looks like the dexterity check didn't fail or didn't pass, so we'll be sent right back to start.
There was no natural 20 on that one.
No, indeed.
Which, depending on your rule sets and your opinions of the Zelda universe, I mean, you take a look at that landing page. Oh, by the way, level 6 was under a recorder spot by start.
Kind of chartreuse, bright yellow, a little orangey. I don't know. Goldenrod.
Goldenrod is
crayon.
Perfect. Goldenrod is perfect. The Zelda 1 splash screen has a sword on it, but that sword is very clearly a rapier. It's not what Link has been using in later games, of course, and what it maybe looks like he's using in this one. Because you look at those swords that those guys have, they don't look like rapiers whatsoever. But it is on that landing.
The one being pedantic.
I know, right? Well, this is crazy. This is combinations now when we're getting into dex checks, because a rapier in the like 3 and 3.5 series of doing these dex checks here, right? You can go get weapon finesse for that, but in like 5.0 and whatnot, that's by default, I believe, a dex check. So, you know, if it is in fact a rapier and the sprites are just lying to us, then yes, he did in fact fail that dex check. By the way, BlessedBe got his Triforce out of 8. That's my pedantry.
Thank you for all that. Rex taking use of the red candle in level 6, but is going to be running low on keys soon at the rate that he's spending them. Let's see what the Snake Dogger has. This is a possible push block room, if I'm not mistaken.
No. Alright, I was going to say, did BlessedBe snag that recorder? He must have, and yet there it is. He's whistling away.
Yeah, toot toot. Nope, doesn't push. Oh well. But BlessedBe will probably find level 6 sooner or later, because I think this is around where Rex was when he found 6. So what items could there be in level 6?
So we got, I think, 2 options here on what we're going to find in level 6. Option number 1 is we find the ladder. Or option number 2 is we find something like the power bracelet or whatnot that opens up dungeon 3, and that contains the ladder. Those are, I think, what we're really looking at right now.
Yeah, now it's entirely possible at this point that we could have a ladderless seed still, albeit unlikely.
I think. No, you're right, actually. We've only been ladder blocked in 1 dungeon. You are absolutely correct, Tetra.
But yeah, I guess with a 7 Triforce or 7 Triforce seed, it's more likely than not that at some point we'll be ladder blocked.
Yeah. And we're gonna. A ladderless seed is a rarity these days. And by the way, we're getting a trip up to East Death Mountain, so I think this is gonna confirm for us pretty shortly whether or not we're gonna need to look for overworld blocks for our remaining level, our level 3 that we have right now.
Mm-hmm. Meanwhile, well, Rex has another potential push block room here. What do we got? It's a transport staircase.
Well, he's going for a trip. Gonna check something else out somewhere else.
Yep.
That's a lot of.
This is a part of the level we haven't seen before.
I gotta tell you, it threw me for a moment when the first time I watched his sprites with the Dark Nuts with the flashing shields, but like, it's grown on me. I like it. I don't like that, though.
I actually a little bit of a sprites artist in my time as well, and did a Link's Awakening inspired set, replacing Dark Nuts with those little knights with the pointy little shields that you can use your hook shot to pry off, and that was fun. Oh, we have a ladder pickup in level 6.
Well, that... Thankfully, it's that, and not something like, again, the power bracelet. I guess technically the ladder could also open up 2 spots on the overworld to lead to the remaining dungeon. Whether we need it or not is an entirely different combo too. But anyways, point behind all of that is yay ladder, right? That's a win for us.
Exactly. I guess that sort of obviates all that we were talking about as far as a ladderless seat, but oh well, you win some, you lose some.
Yeah, and unless we can't find the bow in, gosh, the other item in 8 or the item in 1, then I think we're gonna have to take a trip over to, taking a trip to go look for that level 3 wherever it ends up being. But otherwise, I think we're rocking and rolling in terms of our locations, right? You know you got that ladder block in 8. Rex hasn't seen one yet, I don't believe, which is a little, I don't want to say uncommon, but kind of is for him. He likes to go into Death Mountain early. But
yeah, well, but honestly, given I believe it was a ladder block in level 1,
it was,
or at least likely one, that will actually work out to Rex's advantage in this case.
Yeah, it absolutely will. And
since by definition, Rex will have the ladder by the time he discovers one.
Yep. All of that is true. And by the way, Tetra, I did see your Link's Awakening sprite set that you were talking about. It's very good. Link's Awakening, excellent version of Link.
And the remake is an even cooler experience in a lot of ways. But
I love it, the remake. It's so good. And that art style is awesome. I haven't done Echoes of Wisdom yet, but same art style and feel, apparently. I'm very interested in it.
Yeah, absolutely. The speedrun for Echoes is particularly interesting too, given the way you can clone items or echo them, make echoes of them. Anyway, but yeah, we'll see how the seed plays out. Rex finds his Triforce in level 6, so we'll be taking a 5-3 lead in the, or 5-3 unit lead in the Triforce count.
So we're at the point where he knows where 4 is. His knowledge is lacking 1 and 3. BlessedBe is going back into 4 and is going to stick it out to go pick up that Triforce and move up to 4 on their count. Rex has to find 2 more. BlessedBe is going to go ahead and pick up 4 more, but going back to the previous points too, it really is still anyone's game, because we don't know where we're going to find those items, right? The 2 big ones that we need, the bow and the silvers. Now, while we talk about stats here, as a fun fact in this flag set, if these silvers are not on the overworld, and they are in fact in a dungeon, 20% of the time they are in level 9. So usually that's a pretty good gamble to go take your trip into level 9, because again, it's 20% is a lot. It's more than any other dungeon that's out there. But who knows? Oh
yeah, that's definitely a fun fact. And gambling on whether to dig for silvers in level 9 has always been a open question as to how you play the game. BlessedBe is in the Triforce room in level 4, by the way, but only on 1 heart. This is going to be a really tricky dig. 1 hit away. Oh, no, BlessedBe has the blue ring, so it might be 2 hits, but is able to snag that Triforce. Nice job.
Good work from BlessedBe. That was some hairy combat at the end, but that worked out. And over on Rex's side, he has decided to take his ladder for a trip over to the coast and has now picked up the any key. There goes any risk of key issues.
Yeah. Absolutely true. Where do you think BlessedBe's next move is going to be? Looking at the second quest level 6 spot, not finding anything, unfortunately.
Yeah, I mean, he can't find 3 right now, or, I mean, maybe he can under a recorder, but he does not know where 3 is. He knows 1 is ladder blocked. 7 is not valuable to him in terms of items. Like, he'll have to go get a Triforce out of there maybe at some point, but the items are irrelevant. And the,
interesting world wrapping without the ladder. But I guess he just may not have seen the coast item before and wanted to know what it was.
I'm pretty sure he was the first one to see it, but all right, he's about to find 6 right now, which is good. But yeah, I mean that's what his game has to be right now. Is he's going exploring to go find what it is, and 6 and 3 look awfully similar. That same sort of goldenrod.
Interesting, yeah.
So it turns out the item in 6 did in fact open up 3. It just wasn't the prediction of the power bracelet being found and being the one to do it, but it was on our river on one of our 2 ladder spots.
Well, you were right, at least partially prediction-wise. So I'll give you partial credit for that.
I'll take a 50%er, you know? That's okay. It's better than 0.
But with that, I believe we have found all of our levels in tonight's seed.
That we have. Now, here's our well, actually, I think we're gonna find out from Rex in this dip right here, right? Like we're gonna know that if 3 doesn't contain the bow, then we're going hunting for 1 because he's already seen what's in 4. He's seen the others. Oh no, I'm sorry, 8. 8 is still an outstanding one with the ladder required.
Yeah, it's interesting how in Zelda you hunt for the bow, not with the bow.
That is true. I like what's interesting in this particular Zelda, amongst all the other Zeldas, is that your money is your arrows, as compared to in all the other ones you have to actually go pick up arrows. I'd love them to bring that mechanic back in like a Breath of the Wild. By the way,
yeah.
Tears of the Kingdom.
But like the real world, you can solve a money by throwing money at it, or solve a problem by throwing money at it.
Maybe that's really what the story was that Legend of Zelda was trying to teach us at the very beginning.
Quite
you
literally.
kill Ganon by spending money.
Yep. The legend of capitalism.
There are a lot of shops.
It's
so
true.
taking a look at what we have, right?
We have something, will ya?
A good vanilla quote. I like it. That is one that stuck with me through my whole childhood from playing this game a million times. Was that person always just saying, "Buy something, will ya?"
Mm-hmm. But yeah, and also like the real world, this is very expensive.
The layout that we're looking at now from our items. So we got 2 important items that are out there outstanding, right? Important meaning that they can't be in 9 because they could potentially block access to a Triforce or access to a level, and that's our bow and our power bracelet. We're missing 2 items out of 1. We've seen 2. We're missing 3, which we're gonna find soon, I hope. We've seen 4, 5, 6, 7, and a half of 8. So that means that 9 is going to have to be something from the less, let's say, important bucket that we have here. And I think we're going to start to see that get narrowed down really fast as we find wherever our item is hiding in 3, and then eventually, I mean, taking a trip to 1 if it's not our bow. And if it is our bow, then, I mean, I guess we're going back to 4 on Rex's side and then going to 9.
I guess so. Oh shoot, we found a compass over on Rex's side. I have to say, having both of these levels be the same color is definitely disorienting, but not as disorienting as that Wallmaster sprite there. Kind of creepy.
Speaking of oh shoot here, is that highlighting the Triforce in the other shoot room that he was in? The one with the Lynels?
I don't recall.
Well,
maybe someone in chat will bail me out by remembering? But you could be right.
Oh, we have a
meanwhile,
staircase.
we have a staircase. Yep. What's it gonna be? What's it gonna be? Drum roll, please. Power bracelet. That will not be useful, most likely, but Rex is gonna pick it up anyway.
Yeah, we know that it's not going to be relevant here because we've seen all the levels. We've seen the white sword item. We've seen the magical sword. We've seen everything that's going to matter at this point, but Rex has not, and so he might, he's going to pick that up, thinking, "What if?" That might actually slow him down as we start going, because he might be looking for power bracelet spots before he goes up to West Death Mountain, and that's going to be undesirable.
Oh yes, that's very possible. Because West Death Mountain was where level 1 was, I believe, right?
Yeah. And thank you for clarifying, chat. He saw the Triforce. I did not actually see him see the Triforce, so I was going out on a limb here with that memory.
Yeah, and thank you very much for helping keep track of all of this, Niori. It was a shoot room. You're right.
Okay. All right. BlessedBe finding the heart that's hanging out in 6. Not quite the ladder yet. He's gonna have to do a little bit more digging to get to that point. But I think at this point, BlessedBe is well aware that digging is required, so it's time to go for a trip.
Yeah, Rex making very good use of his flamethrower. I mean, red candle to pick up the Triforce in 6. So, or sorry, in 3. Doesn't
All
mean
right, that could
mixing up
easily
6
be
and
the
3.
same. All right, BlessedBe now has the ladder, and they now have what they need to go ahead and find level 3. We know that level 3 is not a required level in any way, but you know, it's still a Triforce that you can grab that might be okay. I mean, it's easier than going and digging 7, for instance, for BlessedBe.
Yeah. Nope, that's true. Rex, meanwhile, is going to be checking east deathbound before west deathbound, it looks like. Is now in, well, in Mag's territory, potentially.
That's
At least by picking up that heart container.
Yeah. I don't know how much I like this this heart he has without the white fringes on there, right? Like, it's become so ingrained. I'm not sold yet.
Well, I mean, either way, you gotta have heart.
You gotta have heart. I do believe, and we'll get to the remaining races that are on the docket for tonight, but I believe we're gonna have a little you gotta have heart commentary coming up at about 3 in the morning Eastern time, which is, well, gosh, that's late, but you know what? There'll be somebody up watching it for sure.
Yeah, probably not me because I will be asleep. But if you like Heart and Soul, or what are they? Heart and Toot?
Heart and Toot, I think, yeah.
Yes. However, CJ and Jess are billing themselves. Bless taking a really unfortunate death in 6.
Yeah, that was tough.
Ouch.
This combat has been pretty tough, and it's good for Blessed having the Oh, by the way, Rex not picking up the heart, instead picking up the potion. Which, by the way, I think that's the right choice, or at least in my opinion, that is the right choice to pick up that potion.
Because nobody's gotten paper yet.
Yeah, no one's gotten paper, exactly. And also, he hasn't found a freebie ring. There's not been a red ring yet, so it's good to have that, and especially with cash being a problem. So I don't disagree with it, but it also says, hey, we're gonna gamble on mags, and we probably don't plan on getting it. Oh, BlessedBe has the letter. Oh, thank you, Niori. Man, aren't trackers the best? Going ahead and actually like tracking the things, so that way we continue to tell truths to the audience.
Yeah, I have to say, being in the commentator's booth, you really have to focus on so many things, and talking and paying attention to the other commentator, and it's keeping everything in mind is just much harder than it probably feels like it would be just watching this in chat. So bear with us. And thank you again to Niori for helping us keep track of everything.
And you know, someone bring it up in chat. Would we say that that the ring has been a pace changer? That's actually a hard question to answer. I think that having the blue ring has been really helpful this time, and I'm usually of the camp that the blue ring is a valid purchase when money is plentiful. When it's a little bit less, it may or may not be, depending on the skill of the runner. But like right now, it's definitely helped. It has helped. And think back to that room with the blue dark nuts that are there in 4 to pick up the Triforce. That may not have been a room that could have been accomplished easily, or at least in 2 tries over on BlessedBe's side. So maybe we'll see on what it's going to entail. I mean, Rex has been a little ahead for most of the race. Now he's only 2 Triforces ahead, but I'm sorry, 2 Triforce pieces, right?
Yeah, meanwhile, I think he's in trouble not finding any bomb droppers up in
no!
And we'll have to... It's not going to find level 1 on that trip, unfortunately.
Not only is he not finding level 1, I believe the screen he whistled away from was the one with level 1 on it. Oof. Oh, we found more hints, though, under a push block.
Yeah, will he buy the hints, or just buy some cheap bombs, which is kind of... I mean, knowing what we know here in the commentator's booth, what he really needs, but...
If he's not buying hints, what this tells me is that he has figured it out, that the bow has got to be in 1 at this stage of the game, which I think is correct. It has to be in 1 at this stage. And if he's got that figured out...
Well, it could be the second item in level
that's right.
8, remember, because we were ladder blocked from that. But yes, I will... With that little asterisk, it's, I think, more likely than not in 1, but possible.
Yeah.
It could be in 8.
So could be 8, could be 1. We'll see what that ends up looking like.
Yeah. And without some sort of psychic way to know what's coming up in the seed, we won't know which one, but it will probably be in either 8 or 1.
So, at this stage, what are you looking for, Rex? At this stage of the game, well, I guess he's looking for 1, but it's going to be, a choice has to be made on where you're going to go. You're going to keep digging for 1. You know where the item is in 8. There's like 3 rooms you were cut off from in the ladder block. I know it's deep, but that might be worth a dig.
Very possibly. Meanwhile, Rex is nearly maxing out his wallet here, so I don't remember exactly where the bomb shops are, but I think he just stock up on bombs and head back to the northwest, but I don't know. What's the plan if you're Rex right now?
I mean, the plan should be go ahead and go back into 8, I think. I'm not like, I get that there's still some spots to go ahead and figure out, particularly the West Death Mountain. We obviously know that he missed out on 1, but I mean, 8's the guarantee. You know where it is, and you know you can access it. Just go look.
Yeah, that is true, and he spent so much time digging, so he knows where the item is, even if it is a 1 in 3 chance at this point, as opposed to 2 in 3.
And I do recognize he has access to everything on the overworld now, so like if he's going out to West Death Mountain, I mean, his tracker may very well say, listen man, you've seen everything at this point other than, these 2 different spots, and he's going to check that out. So I get the value in that, I do. But it also, and I get that 1 has more items than what we know that are left in 8, but it still seems...
Okay, well, we're back in West Death Mountain. Let's see if we find level 1 this time. Oh, there's a paper pickup for Rex.
Well, at the
a little
very
bit
least,
late, but better late than never. Wait, no, go back and don't you want to find level 1?
Oh, Rex, please tell me you didn't mistrack that.
Go back left, thank you. Okay, yep.
Right,
now, one more screen down. Okay, left is fine too. Check here. Okay. Yep, now down. Okay, good. Thank you, Rex. I feel like I'm micromanaging him from the commentator's booth. There we go. Yay.
We are in 1, and we're going to go find out what's past that ladder block. Now, there's plenty of things that we just don't know about right now. It could be the magical boomerang and, like, the wand that are hanging out in here for all we know. Or there could be a death hanging out in level 1, there's that too.
Yeah, it's close to start. Doesn't take you back very far. All good. Try it again. Meanwhile, BlessedBe is going to be finding... Was it 3 that was...
Yeah, we had 3
one
over
that was
here
the ladder
on the
spot?
river.
Yeah, exactly.
And so, like, I don't hate this, but maybe I don't love this choice on 3 right now, because BlessedBe is going to be spending a bunch of time digging in here looking for the Triforce, and actually BlessedBe has seen every level, so you know what? Never mind. He will dig for the item, but the power bracelet will not throw off his game most likely.
No, and I think it may cause a little detour, but he also hasn't seen all the recorder spots either, so could be a little bit of a red herring, but you kind of get that in randomizer seeds, so a little bit unavoidable. Meanwhile, we have new territory over on Rex's side.
Exactly.
Did you see that item under the rupee?
That was a bow that he picked up under the
Oh, okay. I was wondering what that was. It definitely looked different, but wasn't sure.
Alright, so it wasn't that I mean, I guess the second item in 8 could still be something that matters, like a red ring or... I mean, heck, it could be the silvers, I guess, too, but it wasn't the bow, so now it comes down to, do you get the Triforce in 1 and just go to 9?
Yeah, I mean, with 1 being a relatively small level most of the time and a compass sitting right on the floor to pick up, I'm guessing Rex is just going to get the Triforce and GTFO at this point.
Yeah, I mean, let's also be clear. Like, Rex is very clearly in the catbird seat right now. Like, he's leading this game at a reasonable pace to what BlessedBe is doing, but it's also going to come down to what the decisions are that they're going to be making relatively soon. Because let's work a hypothetical here, right? And silvers are hanging out deep in 9, and Rex says, "Man, I'm going back into 8, and I find, I don't know, the wand or something like that." Sure, it's not that many rooms to look at 8, but it's going to go cost some time that BlessedBe may not need to do. But on the other hand, let's say that the silvers are actually in 8, for instance. BlessedBe just grabbed that Triforce and left, didn't actually do any digging. So it's gonna be a trade-off here for sure.
And I think Rex is trying to dig the second item in 1, figuring that it could be the silver arrows, right?
Oh yeah, he's gotta.
Yeah, with it being a small level, because the silver arrows could be right in here. No, it's the red ring.
Ooh.
Nice consolation prize, not what he was hoping for, but we'll take it.
All right, well, that's all she wrote for level 1. Time to get on out.
Yeah, or you can just go the complete opposite way from the Triforce and keep digging it.
I got a lot of
Whatever
questions.
works.
We've seen everything, haven't we? Yeah, we have the bow. We got the heart. We got the item and the stair down there. Like, what are you doing? There we go. We're
Probably
back.
just forgetting, losing track of things. But then again, if I was playing, I probably would too. So no harsh judgment from me.
Now, keep in mind, and incidentally, as Rex pulls out that Triforce in 1, we're going to see what he makes a decision to do here. Do you check for that item in 8, or do you just go straight to 9? But while we wait for that to go ahead and be snagged, we have the benefit of having a tracker on the stream here today who's going through and keeping track of everything that we're seeing and we're doing. The runners don't have a benefit of anybody tracking for them. So this is all as they play. They're doing something like using an app. They're doing something like writing on a piece of paper. They're doing a bunch of different things to go ahead and make sure that they're staying on top of what their plan is. So it might look simplistic sometimes to be like, oh yeah, obviously they're going to go do it because of X, Y, and Z. But at other times it can be real challenging to track and go ahead and play at the same time. Now, where is... Oh, Rex is going to 9. Okay, so it was at the open cave at the grave.
Yep, exactly. And while we're on the way to the 9, I'd like to do a little Jeopardy-style hint for you. So here's the clue.
Oh.
A single shutter door and the roar of a beast.
Oh, Tetra, what are the things we are looking for in level 9?
That is correct. Very good.
So, though we have added a third one to that list for today, and that is going to be our silver arrows. We have incidentally switched over to the audio for Rex. He's in level 9, so we want to go ahead and listen to that roar of the beast. He plays without audio from the actual game itself, so you guys are going to be stuck just listening to the lovely tones of your two commentators. That is not what you want to see, by the way, in 9. That is the wand, and it's a nice item to get. Do not get me wrong, but you were hoping for those silvers. So now we've taken one of the items out of the running. Thankfully, it's early if it turns out that the silvers are not here. But, oof.
So I think using the process elimination, it's still a 50-50 shot whether the silver arrows are the second item in level 9 or the second item in level 8, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, you're absolutely correct. So it's between here and it's between the second item in 8. And incidentally, we know that the item in 8, like, it's literally one of 3 rooms, maybe 4 rooms. I'd have gone back to 8, but we'll see. Maybe this will pan off there in the end, and we'll see something pretty positive out of 9. I will.
Well, I think Rex definitely made the right decision to go into level 9 when it was still 2/3 shot here. And the other thing I would argue is that Rex is gaining valuable knowledge about level 9. So I think, especially if you can knock off the staircases by taking them 2 at a time and seeing both ends, this will be useful for him. And here's another staircase right now that could have the silver arrows, but it's a transport staircase.
That is true, and that advice of going ahead and popping in there and double checking all of those. I know that there's a bunch of people that play that. I got that advice from you, and it's really paid off for me. Is checking both sides of the staircase before digging for when digging for the silver. So it's good. BlessedBe, by the way, picking up that Triforce in 3. We only got to find another 2 before we get to call it a day, and BlessedBe does know where 1 is. And no, I mean, it's left due to combat in 6, I think in 7 as well. But 1 should be an easy go ahead for them, and they just got to go back to the rest.
Oh, we have a compass pickup on Rex's side. We'll know exactly where that single shutter door will lead.
Yeah. That compass tells us that our kidnapped, which is Ganon in his sprite set, is hanging out at almost the top of the O column over there. So we weren't even terribly far from that when we got the compass. So we're still just looking for that roar to go ahead and come on out.
Yep, indeed. So far, I don't hear any roaring.
That is true. We got no roaring as of yet. So we're still poking around, but despite all the roaring that we may or may not find, our biggest thing that we are looking for right now is we got to find those silvers.
Yep, that's true. Or find, I'm guessing it's going to be another boomerang that will be the womp womp item.
Yeah, there is a real potential risk to that.
Yeah.
And so I think, and I'm just checking on the audio situation here. I think we don't even have. We definitely don't have like sound effect audio. We may not actually have anything going on from Rex's side. I was just checking his actual stream. So I think, well, we'll keep it up a little bit longer just in case. We may end up wanting to pop back to BlessedBe's just so that we got something that's going on over in the background. BlessedBe, by the way, returning to level 1, which we know is going to be a good choice because you got to go ahead and get that bow.
That is correct. And we'll definitely not be disappointed if he sticks around for the red ring as well, even if he's already bought the blue ring. Yes, the bow is quite an important item, at least by the traditional definition of the word important, not Fred's definition of important. But I'm just being pedantic at this point.
There's been a little bit of pedantic on this stream here today. Nothing too crazy. BlessedBe did find that bow, by the way. So
Welcome
we
to
are.
Pedantry Corner with Tetranone.
I like it. Should be the name of the podcast.
Oh, yes.
So BlessedBe not digging for that other item in 1. Are they going back in? They are. Okay, that's good. And yeah, in this flag set, that bow, very important. We could have a flag set where the bow's not important. That's absolutely an option, but it ain't this one. So we're gonna make sure that we churn through, we get that, we do our pickup. Now this is really gonna come down to, I think, I mean, I guess it's gonna be, what do we see here in 9? If it takes Rex a really long time to find that second item in 9, and it's the magical boomerang, that is really gonna kick Rex right out of that CBS into a different spot there, right? But if we are, if we find the silvers, then obviously Rex is wildly ahead. It turns out it's an 8, and BlessedBe goes back there before 9. I'm not saying that they will, of course. Then that could change things. It's still anyone's game, I think, at this point in time, at least until we
Yep,
know where those
absolutely
silvers are.
true. Now, speaking of Rex gaining information by exploring level 9, we got a little clue that the beast is in the southwest of Skull.
Ooh. So
And
now we know.
another open staircase here with the spiral room. So we'll see where this one leads.
Yeah.
Could this
Now
be the
that
silvers? Could this
it
be a
could.
boomerang? Could it be a transport staircase? We'll
There's
have
so many
to.
options.
Yeah, we'll have to walk in to find out. Oh, it's just another transport staircase.
Now, I have to imagine there's a little bit of nerves right here too, with Rex finding that potential push block, the 2 block push location there that was blocked by a Goma. That's potentially a little concerning. Um,
Meanwhile, Blessed did pick up his red ring out of 1 and will, I guess, most likely be going to either 6 or 7 at this point.
yeah, it's got to be. I'm gonna guess that he's going into the spot that he's going right now to world wrap and pick up the any key, the same wrap he did earlier, and then after that, yeah, it's a 6 or 7 trip.
Yep. Meanwhile, Rex finding Patras, and that's where having that wand will be particularly useful, even though you didn't need to fight that Patra. But you can actually press the A and B buttons at the same time to get kind of double the damage against Patra by firing your or swinging your wand and your sword at the same time.
Yeah, it has to be perfect, but it does. It does a great job. It's like it's like having mags, except not having mags.
Yep. Well, pressing 2 buttons is better than one, I guess.
All right, so we're still digging around a little bit over here in the southeast corner of 9. Gotta find that other item. Oh, there's another open stair.
Yeah. What's in this staircase? It's another transport staircase. I hear there are 6 of those in level 9.
Unless we are segmented, which not common these days, but still possible. Unless we are segmented, yeah, we will have 6 pairs of transport staircases here, and then we'll have 2 item staircases for a total of, doing quick math, 14 staircases that we're going to find in this 9. So to your earlier point, Tetra, going through and finding the other side of each of those connectors each time is going to easily take some of those stairs off the docket and say, you know what, they are not going to contain the item I am looking for.
Mm-hmm. Speaking of the item that Rex is looking for, Rex just picked up a pack of bombs that he was pretty low on, so that will definitely help him out as he explores the level 9. Meanwhile, Blessed finds Compass and runs right into Triforce's results. So we'll have his 7th Triforce and be eligible to enter 9 with the bow.
Yeah, so this is where it's all going to come down. What choice do we make here? Do we go into 9 as BlessedBe? And if we do, are you going to find the silver? If the silvers are there, are you going to find it earlier? Or do we go check out the 8 again? It looks like we're heading for 9.
Yeah, I'm not surprised by that. At this point, even if he is missing the heart container from level 7, so that's not one you want to really gamble on. So I really can't fault BlessedBe for making this gamble. It's especially since I'm imagining at this point in the seed, he probably feels behind.
Yeah, and I mean, we're definitely going on the 9 trip. I mean, he has the hint for 7, so he knows that is a heart container, which is why we got to have a quicker 7, I think, over on his side. But he doesn't know anything about 8. And again,
Yep.
going back to the earlier comment that I was making, statistically, it is more likely that he is going to end up finding them in N9 versus in 8 or in any of the other levels. And he doesn't know anything about it. So I think he's making the right call from his perspective. I still would have liked dipping back into 8 if I was on Rex's side, but I get
Look
it.
at that ink blot on. Speaking of level 9, though, it's
Definitely missing
what do you
some.
reckon this ink blot is?
I don't know. Well, okay, so if you ignore maybe the very bottom row, you know what it looks like? It's those like kids' toys where they all scrunch up and then you just squeeze it and part of it extends out like a dinosaur head and just grabs things and then lets you pull them on back. It looks like someone's about to go and extend that one out and go
Wow,
snap.
said like a true parent.
Yeah, I might have a few of those in my house. Yeah, I might have a few.
Yeah. I was
Uh,
gonna say it almost looks like an upside down bear, kind of.
well, I could see that.
Although
Yeah.
that's kind of a stretch.
And incidentally, if we could pop on back to BlessedBe's audio, we're both in 9 right now, and I think we can basically just give up on Rex's at this point.
Yeah, Rex has been wandering through a lot of the 9. Still haven't heard a roar, and still no sign of the silver arrows.
Yeah,
So
we
we're
may.
gonna keep going.
Yeah, we may not have been able to hear a roar just with the audio situation in there, but like knowing that it was, I think, the southwest, I have to assume he's been adjacent to every room down there. So now it's just an item hunt.
Yeah, that's absolutely the case.
There's the roar on BlessedBe side.
Oh, you heard it?
Oh yeah.
Oh, I can hear it. It's kind of faint, but yep.
All right, yeah, and that's an area that
Rex
that
is
Rex
still
absolutely
looking for bombs. It looks like that's the trouble. And also, we should probably point out that BlessedBe does have one advantage over Rex here, and that he does have wood arrows, which makes killing these pulse voices in level 9 a little bit easier.
Yeah, that's very, very true. Yeah, this is back to anyone's game right now.
Oh, Rex getting a bomb drop off of that link robe. So it's going to... I don't have access to their tracking maps, but I'm guessing Rex is going to be looking for more unbombed walls to try bombing to see where we can get some new exploration or new territory in.
Yeah, the northeast of 9
there's
is
one.
just empty. Yeah.
Oh, and also a potential Goma block there. That, I mean, for all we know, Goma could be blocking the entrance to the silver arrows. That would be quite the possible Goma blocking silvers. Exactly. Folks were pointing that out in chat as well. Will we see an arrow purchase potentially?
That's a great idea. That's a great question. So, I mean, even if the Goma's not necessarily blocking silver arrows, so by the way, Rex picking up those arrows, definitely nice. Even if it's not blocking that Goma could be blocking the stair that gets us to where we need to be. So.
Yep, that's entirely possible as well. And also, chat pointing out, Rex should probably get some bombs too. Wouldn't that be nice? Oh, looks like Rex might be using the entrance of 9 to farm bombs, like that pack he just picked up. Very nice.
Yeah. Yep. That is a way to do it.
Oh,
right, well,
BlessedBe taking down a Goma to get a pack of bombs right there. You know, even if Rex is technically, I think, still in the catbird seat, you know, it's possible with a silver arrow find at any time, BlessedBe could catch up. This is not over yet, and hold on to your butts because could be a close race.
Yeah, our differentiators here are going to end up being whoever finds the second item in 9 first, whether or not it's the silvers at this point. It doesn't really well, it does matter actually. We'll get to that. Whoever finds the second item in 9, and if we get a hint that goes ahead and says that the silvers, you know, are elsewhere, or the silvers are in whatever quadrant, like that would also be huge for whoever ends up finding that first. Now, if we do come across the second item on BlessedBe's side, BlessedBe's only got one spot that they know that they need to go for this, right? So does Rex. It's one spot that they need to go for this, but BlessedBe has a whole dungeon to dig, and Rex only has a few rooms. So that's going to end up being, you know, BlessedBe made up a ton of that being behind that he was.
Absolutely, and Rex did take down that blue Goma, but no push blocks, so that was not the answer, although I think he did the right thing purchasing the arrows, because if he was wrong, that could have cost him the seed right there, potentially.
Oh yeah,
so,
you had it now.
Good play. Yep.
I was gonna say we're rehashing old territory on Rex's side, but I mean it's stuff he's got to rehash now that he has bombs. And look at that, we're finding new spots.
I think we have new territory up here. We haven't been to the northwest corner quite yet.
No, we haven't.
And this is a potential push block room right here.
Sure is, and we were in the room right next to Zelda with the shutter door, so we know we have a confirmed path all the way to her, and let us see where we end up.
Another transport staircase that takes Rex to the top center of the level.
We have not been here in the northeast section yet, or at least not materially.
No, we have not.
I was hoping for some bombs off those whiz robes, or link robes, as it were. Oh, there's bombs. That's fine. Just go hang out with Patrick Wayne over there.
Ooh, a little bit low on health, but does have a second potion to drink. But if I were him, I would probably save that for a Ganon fight.
Yeah, now you have to worry about getting past this Patcher if you can't bomb, which you can't. Oh, is he gonna tank it? Oh,
no!
Yeah.
You You can tank, but you can only tank so much. Ouch, that's a costly death there.
Well, on the plus side, it's not the worst in the world for his bomb situation right now. It's not the worst in the world for, I mean, it's actually pretty good for his key situation. He can just let loose with those arrows as he sees fit. He's got the wand. Like, combat's not hurting here. Now it's all just finding things.
Yeah, speaking of hurting things, is it just me, or is the color contrast between the bright blue of the water in level 9 and the sort of reddish orange kind of jarring a little bit to the eye?
You know,
like it.
Which actually, I got a question on that one, since I know you've been around in the community longer than I have. For me, it seems okay, right? And I like the contrast between the two. I'm under the impression that there are some palettes we just don't do anymore because people didn't like them. They did feel uncomfortable for people, and I didn't know if you had any info on that, any insight.
Yeah, there were some. I remember there was what we called the Virtual Boy palette, which was sort of black with red lines that sort of reminded you of playing the Virtual Boy, but that was kind of, I believe, taken out because it was hard on folks who were colorblind differentiating it or something like that. So it was for accessibility reasons that was taken out.
That one's completely reasonable. By the way, what a reference, Virtual Boy.
Oh, yeah.
I remember when those first came out. That was back in the day where you could still go into like a Sears Electronics and they had those consoles that you could play around with.
Oh, yeah, the headache machines.
Oh, yeah, they were awesome. Play Mario Tennis, you're like, is this really virtual reality? Is this our future here? It was still pretty neat, though. So, hints!
Ooh. Looks like we're back to level 8. Oh, dear. Oh, dear. That's big news for Rex. Oh, absolutely.
It's huge. Is Rex doing the logic? Is he figuring it out right? Yeah, he's figured that. Okay, he's doing his recorder action. He knows where he needs to be. Whew. Now, I mean, BlessedBe, when he ends up in that area, is going to get that same hint, and that's going to be the big difference here now. And yeah, that's going to be the big difference. Rex is way ahead at this point. He's got so few things.
And also, especially because Rex spent so much time earlier in this seed digging level 8, except for the little sort of cross in the right below the hyphen in board 8. So I imagine Rex will be booking it right up there toot sweet, and presumably that is where the silvers are going to be.
Yeah, and I mean, full CBS right now, mind you. He must know where Ganon is. It definitely knows where the kidnapped is, so I guess that is also Ganon, but definitely knows where that information is at this stage of the game. So this is going to be pretty solid for Rex. This is his to lose at this stage.
Yep. Presumably, Blessed will be not too far behind Rex finding that hint, but I don't know. It could be too little too late at this point. Let's see how Rex does finding the silvers. This could be the staircase to them right here.
He was getting ready for the candle boost if he needed it, and there they are.
Yeah. Okay. So at 1 hour and 37-ish minutes, Rex is finally in go mode.
All right. Well, go mode should take no time at this point. Everything is known that really matters. Now, when we're talking about the odds of that type of information, for what it's worth, there is in level 9 there are 4 potential hints that you can have. 3 old men. So there is 1 hint that you're not going to get. So we had a 25% chance that we were not going to go ahead and see a hint about the silvers in general, and he was going to have to dig out that second item. So it's good that panned out.
Oh, Neo, never tell me the odds.
Oh, that's fair. That is fair.
I'm just kidding. I love the way that you've taken all of the broad data about Zelda seeds and come up with all sorts of interesting facts and statistics and percentages about them. So I'm joking, of course.
Well, the data-driven, always a gem, right? Data-driven decision-making. Big fan of that over there. And obviously, Tetra, all the work you put into to generating data-driven decision-making over here and understanding what these statistics look like. So good.
Yep. Yep. By the way, just want to point out we have a little bit of a, or we had a little bit of a echoing, or both of them in the same room at the same time. Yeah. But Rex with the silver arrows is going to be. Oh, it looks like BlessedBe is the first one to actually enter Ganon's room.
I think he's having a hard time going to find the second item in here. I thought maybe it was a bomb through Ganon situation.
Which is possible, so I can't blame him for trying.
Now, fighting Ganon.
Meanwhile, Rex is...
Oh, go please.
Yep. Looks like Rex already got about 4 or 5 hits in. Doesn't have a potion, so taking body or Hyrule drivers from Zelda is going to be costly. Down to half a heart. Ooh. Lucky he got that red ring. My gosh.
That worked out well. Rings are great. Now he's got a very clear path to Zelda, or sorry, to Ganon being kidnapped right now. But yeah, we are well on our way here. This is going to close it up, and we'll see how the rest of that pans out.
Yep, now, and just be it's not a straight shoot up the B column and board, but I believe Rex did clear a path to the kidnapped, right?
He did by going up. Maybe it actually was a straight shot if you do the ladder clip here and there was the bomb.
Yeah, possibly.
Yeah.
Right. Good call. Yep, and door to the right, pop. And get your GGs out in chat, because it looks like Rex has finished. What's the official race time?
The official race time .gg time is 1 hour, 40 minutes, and 9 seconds. PDXRex finishing in first place. Alright, let's see if we can get him in the booth here.
Yeah, the Catbird's booth, or...
I like that. That works for me. We'll see. We'll get his opinion on that one too. I think that'll matter. And there he is, GG Rex.
Yeah, welcome to the Catbird's booth.
It appears you might be muted over on your side of the house.
Alright, well, while we wait impatiently for Rex to figure out his muting situation...
Sorry, good old Discord decided to pick some random microphone on my computer. Can you hear me okay?
Yeah, we can hear you great, man.
Okay, great. Shout out to the new microphone.
well, GG. Now, Rex, how did you feel about that race?
I felt absolutely great for 35 minutes and 15 seconds.
Well, that's oddly specific.
Yeah, well, that's when I got the heart out of level 2, and then I didn't really get anything until 52-52 with the ladder, and I was kind of sweating bullets there for a while.
Yeah, that was a little... It was definitely a little tough, and looking at the difference between how you guys were taking some of your routes and what you chose on, and I think you can see right down there on the Triforce count, for instance, BlessedBe cleared out that room of disgusting blue dark nuts.
In 4.
Oh,
no way.
Yeah.
No way, man. No way.
he bought a ring. Made sure he had the blue ring going in there.
I tried to buy a ring, but I kept spending all my money before I could get to it.
Yeah. But it was really close. I believe BlessedBe was down to his last heart or half heart, but pulled it out. And you instead went... Yeah. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
Yeah, so he's been working hard. We've both been working hard, since our Rookie Rumble days. And he's gotten so much better, and I did not take him lightly today.
Yeah, absolutely. Unfortunately, running into a little bit of bomb trouble in level 9 like you. Just a couple minutes behind, though. But I imagine once he does find the path to get to the hint, and then we'll be leaving to find the silvers. I don't know. It's very possible we could get a forfeit because he never found the item in level 7. So I think BlessedBe could wind up digging, not knowing exactly where to dig, and both 7 and 8 were pretty big levels.
Well, he did get the he got the hint for 7 on the heart container, so I think he'll be okay on that one.
Oh, good
But-
call. Right, still can eliminate
Yeah.
that.
Yeah, but
Yeah, I
he-
mean 7.
Forgot about that part.
You can do 7 in 10 rooms. It's pretty quick. But yeah, he got the hint too. Did he see the other hints?
he saw only one of the hint shops, so the one that had the white sword, the
The one that had all the garbage I already had.
yeah, the garbage you already had. We were all sitting
Old
there
news.
lamenting your loss of money.
Yeah, you can go back and watch the video. The face I make is pretty. I think I give it. I think I give a 6-year-old thumbs down on that one.
That's important, right?
Yeah.
But he didn't see really 8. Like he went into 8, grabbed that Triforce, which is what 3 rooms in, something like that, and then dipped out entirely. So when he gets this hint that it's time to get on out of 9, or if he finds the second item, it's yeah. It's gonna be a slog through 8, I think.
Yeah, it's 4 rooms in, and I saw everything except for past the Chevy
Sure did.
block. And I was like, the whole time I'm thinking, like, God, did he get? Well, I didn't think he was going to get the ladder early, right? I mean, 6 was absolutely disgusting. It was behind the flute. So I knew that at that point, I'm going to stick 9 out until I see the items or the hints. There's no way, I leave this 9 at this point.
Yeah, I mean statistically, statistically, it was the right call to go into 9. But I was also sitting here being like, man, Rex is 3 rooms.
Okay.
3 rooms in 8.
I know. So here's the real funny part, right? So BlessedBe has this emote in his chat that is a screenshot of me screaming at Indy that the silvers were in 9 or in 8 in one of his seeds, and I can guarantee you that once he sees the hint, he's gonna go. He won't go to 7. He'll go to 8 because of that emote. It's the meme. I cannot believe the meme came alive in this seed. Like, Dave, bless you, thank you. Sorry, I should have trusted you. I should have went as soon as I got that first item out of 9. I should have went to 8. Should have trusted the meme.
Well, on the plus side for BlessedBe, we're very close to getting that hint. This staircase is going to take him to that area with that Patra, which it looks like you and the Patra were getting along quite well.
I don't get along well with any Patras.
Well, Patra Wayne was a little disappointing for you, but that's okay. You got past him at a later point, And
I mean, I was tracking and looking, and I'm all like, I got red ring. I have enough hearts. Well, apparently not.
I think we're one room up from here is where we get that hint.
Yeah.
Oof.
Yeah, unfortunately, it took searching level 9 so much to find that hint, but that's really what was needed to finally unlock the seed and get the silvers.
It was a bad 9. Like, only one staircase took you up there. There might have been a bomb from the 5th staircase, but I don't think so.
Yeah, I don't think there was. I think it was a pretty. You were just in one scenario there. BlessedBe on his screen's about to pop up top. One screen higher is where we're gonna actually see that hint. We can see a little bit ahead of time, and it's already been marked on the tracker. He has chosen a forfeit, and I think this hint will do that. Yeah, there it is. Right there.
Yeah.
I was getting a little shaky on the tracking on that 5th staircase. I did it. You all heard of the Rick 6, but if you don't know about the Druid 6, the Druid 6 has taken all 6 staircases in 9. Yeah, it's horrible. It feels so bad.
Well, joining us here in the commentary booth is BlessedBe. GG, BlessedBe.
Hey, GG, Rex.
Hey, man, GG's. Sounds like we were doing the same thing, trying to get that hint in 9.
Nothing was working out at any point in the run for me, so it's fine. I was waiting to forfeit a long time ago.
Yeah, I felt I had a good first like 20 minutes, and then it just really fell apart after that, and then got put back together later. But I did, you know, I got a pretty set strategy that I do every single time, and it netted me the book, the Triforce, and 2, the raft, you know, in the first 7 minutes, and I felt good. And then having to try to dig the ladder out did not feel good.
Yeah, it was for both of you guys. Combat was a little rough. By the way, great strategy, BlessedBe, with going ahead and farming that rupee boss to get the cash for the blue ring. Like, we were all sitting here super impressed watching you do that.
Yeah, and then I also was really impressed by how when you went back to level 4 later and was able to pull off the Triforce from that blue Dark Knight room.
That was
well done.
When the beeping started, and I was like, man, I need to just up A and leave. And it's like, well, I'm already here. I might as well die trying. And yeah, that worked out. Like I went in there to go get that Triforce originally, and my heart was kind of shattered when I saw it was all blue Wizrobe or blue Dark Nuts, and I knew that, like, well, I could just go get go buy my ring and just go back there, which was why I did the rupee farm. Got the blue ring, but then I got distracted doing other stuff and eventually made it back to 4. And like, I don't know, but I feel like by the time I got there, I was on like half hearts or something. Like, I had half a tank, and I took a few boops, not thinking about it. Like, oh, this will be fine. No, it wasn't. That was dicey, that 4. But like, last located my wood sword, that hurt. Dungeons I went into, I wasn't able to find things out of, that hurt. Didn't get Triforces when I went into places. It was just nothing was really going for me at any point. Finding the ladder was nice, but like, I felt like I was just way too far behind at that point. I knew I had seen every item in every dungeon except for the very last item in 8, and I figured I don't need to go get that item. I'll just go dig out 9, and that was the wrong play.
Bro, the meme came alive.
I was thinking it the whole time.
I know, man. Me too.
I was going to 9, like I was going to 9, thinking, man, just go to 8. Just go to 8. It's Rex. You know the meme. It's in 8. It's in 8. Just go. And I didn't. I was too focused on finding the hint. And then when I finally found the hint, it was far too late.
We should have known better that Dave rolled it. That we should have. That was a blessing in disguise to go to 8.
Yeah, maybe on hindsight I could have thought of that, but it's just take a stab at it and see how it goes.
If it makes you feel better, I farmed the rupee boss for a blue candle instead of the blue ring.
I tried being very strategic when I realized how low of rupees we had. Instead of like taking the rupees, I would retry and then mark it on my map and then pick up the rupees, go check the hints, reset so that the money still stays there, and then eventually I used it to go pick up the candle. Like, I tried to like make multiple values out of the rupees. It was gross. Like, what, 50 and then like 4 or something?
54 and 38, I think 39.
Yeah, it was rough. It was rough with rupees.
Yeah, I felt so far behind that I just spent them on the hints. I didn't save. I didn't scum them. I just spent them because I'm like, dude, he's got to be cooking at this point, man. Because you've been just playing your pants off lately, and like, everything I was trying to do just wasn't getting any value out of. So eventually, I went like I knew the white sword was in 5, and I didn't really want to go dig out 5, but like, I was struggling with combat, so I figured maybe if I just go in there and quickly find the white sword. I don't know. I only found one of the hint shops. I couldn't find the other hint shop, so I only got the one in the northeast corner, and that really wasn't all that good. I don't have. I have the other one, but I don't have it marked. It was either in the grave or in the bomb spot above level 1 vanilla. Or
Probably
maybe it was
mismarked
in
it then.
maybe it was in the push. No, then it would be in the push block in the grave. Then I just didn't mark it.
I probably mismarked it on my screen then.
I at that point I didn't have the money
Was it
to
any
buy.
useful?
I didn't buy them. I didn't have the money.
Okay.
I was gonna say we definitely saw the second one on
Well,
Rex's screen.
I had the
don't know
money.
where.
I had the money, but I knew I was looking for the bow, and I knew where the bow was. So I didn't need them per se. But I don't think I haven't. I was scared I was gonna have to buy a blue ring at that point. I think because I didn't see one until an hour and 13 minutes in.
Yeah, it was definitely late
Yeah.
on BlessedBe's side. Found one, left one much earlier DM dig than you, Rex, and left because of the ladder block. It turns out, and then by the
Oh,
time
it
you
had a
made the
ladder
one,
block?
you had it. Yeah.
Yeah.
You had to have the ladder to get past a horizontal moat in there, like one room in.
I didn't. Yeah, I mean, at that point, I had the ladder, so I wasn't marking ladder blocks. I didn't mark any blocks. Like, I'm surprised that I didn't confuse stuff in my brain. Like, I normally mark everything so I don't mismark. Obviously, because week one, tough loss to JP because I mismarked a moat room or a double or a single moat room. So, but I was just. I mean, there was a lot for us, for me and BB, dude, there was a lot on the line today. We both started pretty much the same time. We rookie rumble classmates, like we're within 20 or 50 race time points of each other. Like he's the bar that I
Yep.
set. Like I am trying to pass him at
exactly.
everything.
Yeah, if the very first name I think of someone that I strive to keep up with or find as an equal is always going to be Rex. I immediately thought as Rex.
Yeah.
So I'm like it sucks that it had to be on this week for us to
Yeah.
go head to head, like that's kind of unfortunate. But like I'm really glad of the opponents I got in my tournament. Like the losses were hard, but like I got to go up against racers that were I feel like I had a shot at, but that I felt like they had better caliber than me. So it was fun. Like this was great.
Good. Well, I'm glad you had fun, and of course, it's always nicer when you have a even match, or you feel like you have a chance to really give it your best and play well. So, yeah, GGs to both of you.
Thank you.
Yeah, thank you.
All right. Any last words before we start wrapping up?
Just my same messages. Just thank you everybody who puts on the show. Thanks for everybody who came in here and did the commentary, our tracker, and set up the restream. Appreciate SpeedGaming for letting the community have access to these restreams. Thanks everybody in chat who was hanging out and watching. And yeah, hope everybody has a good night.
Yeah. I guess you guys would be called Neon Tetras, comm booth, like the fish.
No,
Tetra
Tetra
no
no
name.
name.
Yeah.
Oh no, I don't think no. I think it's Neon Tetra. Let's see who, and we had a Niori on tracking. Thanks, Niori, man. Appreciate you as well. But yeah, I just big shout out to BB, man. Like wouldn't be here without him pushing me these last 2 years. So good luck, dude. You're gonna destroy. If you get that lower bracket, I hope you sneak in. I don't know what the strength of schedules are looking like currently, but whatever you do next, man, just kill it. It's all I can wish for you.
Cheering
Also,
you on, dude.
Free Mike Jones.
Well then, on that note, I suppose I'll close this up for the night with first off a thank you to SpeedGaming. I'm going to echo what the two runners just said. The fact that these get on and that people get to watch, we had hundreds of people show up tonight to watch this match, and that number has been growing more and more as the tournament's been going on. So this is fantastic. The fact that the content can get out there, the fact that people can watch these runners go ahead and run on a multiple times a night basis is fantastic. So thank you, SpeedGaming, for making this happen. I know that you're only one part of the puzzle, but you're a very important part of the puzzle, and it's one that's incredibly helpful to the community. So thank you to you guys. Secondly, Niori, man, thank you for keeping this tracker up to date. This was fantastic. It was awesome. You corrected us when we were wrong. That was great. It's exactly what we want out of a tracker here. Did a great job. The true MVP of this run. Our runners, you two, kept us entertained for almost 2 hours over here. By the way, people in chat, the link is right there to both of their Twitch channels. They have their own Twitch channels. They stream. They do a whole bunch of stuff. Go give them a follow. Right? They're both fantastic in what they do. They're both incredibly entertaining. Their content's great. Go take a trip over there. Swing by, visit them when you can. Get your notifications set up. That's always a nice win. Lastly, we had hundreds of people here tonight that showed up. I think we got somewhere into the 300s. That's more than the amount of people that we have playing in this tournament, for instance. So there's people out there that are fans who are not just here because they're looking at the competition. They're doing some scouting. If you like what you see, if you're interested, you want to participate, come join us. We're always looking for more commentary. We're looking for more trackers. We're looking for more players in our community. And you can go and you can find all the information you need to get started, both on tracking, commentary, setup, and in playing, all at the wiki. I haven't pitched it yet today, but there it is right there in the chat. The Z1 wiki, Z1R wiki. Check it out. Take a trip on by. It'll be life-changing for you.
Get in that wiki, baby. Get in there.
I hadn't pitched it all today. I had to do it.
You got to be kidding me. Neon, you're fired.
Oh, no, I know. And my last one that I have is Tetra. This is our very first time doing comms together, despite all the times that we have spoken, and it was an absolute pleasure. So thank you so much
shucks. It was a pleasure. It was a pleasure getting to commentate with you, Neo. So, yay.
Well, Tetra, I'll leave you to close it out, but I will just say thank you once more. I am one half of Tetra No Name, and I'm closing out.
Yep, and thank you everyone for watching. Thank you to the runners, our tracker, and the folks at SpeedGaming. So on behalf of us, have an excellent evening and good night.